and welcome to another edition of the Game Nights audio podcast. I am, of course, Swag. Can't even talk today. And, of course, I am joined by the best damn game reviewer on the net, Kwing.
My stomach hurts. Hey, people, what's up? It's Kwing here. We got an extra special guest today, my good buddy, Chris Holland. Say hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Chris. And that beginning music there is actually a track that you guys worked on together, I believe, right? The Kickmaster stage?
Stage 1, yep.
Right.
Yes.
Excellent.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, it was just finished, I think the day before yesterday. So, yeah, that's a new track.
Well, for those of you guys that might not be aware of Chris Holland, I mean, you know, most people should be aware of him by now. One, because he did a really cool remix of my theme song for the co-op review that I did with the Happy Video Game Nerd on Samurai Showdown. He's also done guitar work with Kwing, of course, for his theme song. And I'm sure where you guys probably know him the most is his work with the Angry Video Game Nerd. And how many episodes did you create music for James, Chris?
I think 5.
5 so far?
Superman 64. Yes, Superman 64, Star Trek, Batman, and the 2 Christmas Carol episodes from 2007.
I love the Christmas Carol.
Also, yeah, and the Late Night with Gannon, which wasn't an AVGN thing, obviously. It's just another Cinemassacre thing.
Okay, well, we're definitely interested to hear, you know, a little bit about how you got involved with that. But let's go ahead and we'll ask just kind of a couple questions about, like, how did you first get started in music, playing guitar?
I was 12 years old. My brother played guitar, and I was a drummer. And he kind of stopped. He kind of gave up on guitar, and I messed around with his guitar. I basically made noise for the first 2 years until eventually I started learning chords on the internet. And basically I'm self-taught just from, learning stuff on the internet. Never had any formal lessons.
So you learned a lot of music through guitar tabs and stuff?
Right. Initially. Nowadays I never use tabs. I just learn everything by ear. But I did find scales and chords and all these lessons online.
Through mostly like videos and stuff like that, like on YouTube?
Right, yeah, especially that. Lately, I learned a lot of technique stuff off of YouTube, like a lot of guitar soloing stuff. But back then, this was like the mid-'90s when I was first learning chords. No YouTube or anything was around then. I was just looking at websites, showing you how to play the simple stuff, like simple chords and scales and stuff like that.
Now, what is actually the rig that you're using? What's the guitar that you prefer to play? I'm a guitar player too. I play an Ibanez. What guitars do you play?
Oh, I play an Ibanez as well. And I have an Ibanez RG, which I actually don't use that much for recording. I usually record with my custom Carvin guitar.
Oh, Carvin, yeah. They made my cabs.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty new. Got it a few months back. And my amp is a PV Classic 50, which is the only amp I've ever owned. But it sounds really good. It's all tube. And as far as my recording gig, it's really simple. I basically use an SM57 for everything almost, except for acoustic guitar.
Right.
But that goes into an M Audio Fast Track Pro, which connects via USB. And that's pretty much my entire rig as far as recording guitar.
Cool. Well, I know that one of the questions that people definitely want to know is how did you first get involved with James? I mean, he's definitely huge, bigger internet presence. I mean, the guy now has over 250,000 subscribers. So I mean, that working with him was definitely a big shot in the arm. How did that come about?
Well, back in late 2007, I think it was November, I emailed him, not even expecting a reply because I know he probably gets tons of emails, but
right.
Just emailed him, told him I was a fan, basically just introduced myself and my music, and offered my talents to him. I told him if you need any music, you know, I'd love to contribute. And surprisingly, you know, I got a reply a few days later. Turns out
Very
he did
cool.
need music for the Christmas Carol episodes, so
Nice.
he told me what he was looking for. But yeah, that's how I got hooked up with the AVGN.
Nice. And he's apparently liked your work because he's asked you to do it several more times, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah, and I know you're not allowed to talk about it, but I think you're working on another. You're providing music for another episode that he's working on right now, right? Kind of hush hush,
Yes.
but you are allowed
Yeah.
to say that you're actually working on another one.
Yes, it's due out. I think it's August, but that changes a lot.
Right.
But we're looking at August right now. But yeah, I was kind of sworn to secrecy in the beginning there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's due out in the summer sometime. I did 5 new tracks for that one.
Mhm.
So should be out eventually.
Excellent. Well, we will definitely look forward to that.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
and I think it's just, one of the things I think is amazing in the whole, not even just YouTube, but people on the internet, is that people are so willing to help each other out. When I first contacted Chris, I was doing planning on doing the co-op review with Happy Video Game Nerd, and I was like, well, if he did stuff with AVGN, maybe he'd want to do something with that, and he was just really willing and helpful. I was like, yeah, I'll totally do it. Just tell me what you need. And I found that through a lot of people online. Other guys like Mega Phil X, who made some really awesome Mega Man art for the Renegade Reviewers DVD, and just people that I've done co-op reviews
I
and
think we
stuff.
cut out.
What's that? What's that, K-Wing? Hello? Can you guys hear me at all?
I can hear you.
Oh,
K-Wing.
K-Wing, you still there? Well, apparently he can't hear us. So I'll tell you what, until we get him back, let's see, hang on. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead.
You need to go pro. There,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
trying.
I'll tell you right now, music is a tough business to get into, especially right now.
Yes.
It's actually the Got Game office. They actually share an office with a recording label called SMC Recordings, but they're primarily a rap and hip hop label. But I go and I talk to the guy who's the A&R director of that guy all the time. I'm like, hey, Will, so how's the record business? He's like, it's tough, man. It's tough. They struggle just to try and sell. He's like, even nowadays trying to sell 10,000 albums is really a chore.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, but I mean, fortunately, the video game industry is definitely doing very well. So trying to link up, doing music and video games together is definitely
Right.
advantageous.
That's what we're trying to do.
Right.
Chris and I, we were talking about, and we're still trying to find out information about like doing video game covers, because there's a lot of stuff that Chris and I would be willing to do. But Chris is also very, very busy, but he can let you know with all the stuff you're doing. You're in a new band now, right, man?
Yes, I recently just joined a band actually a week ago. Literally a week ago, I joined a new band. But I've been playing in bands since I was like 11 years old. I was a drummer before guitar, like I mentioned earlier. And but yeah, I've been in about 10 bands since then, and this is the new one I just joined. But on top of that, I also have my one-man band, my one-man project, which is obviously limited to recording. But I have solo material that I write as well. That I write drum parts, bass parts, guitar parts, and everything like that. But that's relatively new. I started recording on my own in 2007, and that's when I extended the offer to the AVGN.
Right.
But yeah, just joined a new band last week.
Cool. Well, good luck with that. Where can
Awesome.
we throw out your plugs here? Where can people go to listen to your music here? To throw out your website and your YouTube channel and stuff?
ChrisHollandMusic.net.
Okay.
It's on the realgamemaster.com. We're like linked to each other.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
yep.
that's my main website. You can find everything there.
Mm-hmm.
Like video game music covers, some of my original music, and the AVGN music's on there too. And soon I'll have some of the stuff I've been doing with Kwing on there as well. It's all free to download. What's on there now is free to download.
Mm-hmm.